Well, taking over as finance minister of a G7 economy is a tall order for anyone under any circumstances. But taking on the role during a pandemic adds a whole new set of challenges. New figures out today show Canada's inflation rate has slowed. The consumer price index fell to 0.1% in July, with lower prices for gas and air travel dragging that number down. Our chief political correspondent David Akin has been sizing up the situation and reports on the task facing the country's new finance minister.
The economic challenge created by the coronavirus.
Chrystia Freeland begins her historic tenure with economics and politics stacked against her. An unemployment rate not seen in 25 years, with more than 1 in 10 workers out of a job. A sky-high deficit projected to hit an all-time record of more than $340 billion. And with a recent credit rating downgrade, Canada's lenders are skeptical.
I think the most important thing to say is to be bold. This is not a time for half measures.
Indeed, both Freeland and the Prime Minister hinted on Tuesday that their plan will in fact contain bold measures with a green environmental theme.
There's going to be enormous pressure on her, clearly, from her colleagues, particularly her boss, to spend a lot more.
Now layer on the tricky politics that comes with a minority government already taking on water over the We Charity scandal, and the pressure on Freeland is even greater.
We're in a global pandemic. We're in recessionary times. Canadians are worried about paying the bills, feeding their families, and Justin Trudeau is completely preoccupied with the scandals.
For Freeland to succeed and return Canada to prosperity, the country has to get back to work.
So let's make sure the spending that we're going to be incurring is about building confidence in this economy and getting people back to work, not giving them incentives to stay at home.
But how do you make the change from the CERB to a new employment insurance system that will support a return to work in a time of pandemic?
Lots of Canadians' incomes are going to be dependent on how she and her colleagues deal with that challenge.
Women and minorities are disproportionately unemployed, and that means Freeland will have to keep spending to help those groups back to work. And that inevitably means more money for childcare.
Now is really the time to deliver because our economic recovery depends on it. So that's, the first step.
The next step, though, comes September 23rd, a throne speech that will have Freeland's roadmap for economic recovery. David Akin, Global News, Ottawa.